Hey, good morning. Welcome to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. It is officially spring, and I think it's about to be 72 degrees today, so I'm super excited. Of course, we are in Michigan, and everyone, including the kids, are on spring break. And I know I've got people in Hawaii, Florida. My daughter is actually in Kentucky in the Mammoth Caves. She sent me some pictures. I don't know, I'm a little claustrophobic, so that does not look like any fun to me, but I'm glad she's having a good time. I think she dropped her phone, so that could be an issue retrieving that, but we'll see. And of course, my son, he's having a staycation, so we're just really kind of enjoying the time together. And we are so glad that you are here with us, of course. We are broadcasting live from M1 Studios in Ferndale. Matt and Chelsea, big thank you to them. And of course, we are starting out with something, I don't think I've ever done this. I don't think I've ever started out with a women in business segment, but Marina is here, and I'm totally flaking on her last name because now I got nervous. So say it for me.
Marina Bozabalian.
See, it just rolls off the tongue, right? Thank you so much for being here. And the funny thing with Marina is that we actually worked together years ago when I was anchoring at WWJ. And it was so much fun to come into the store and check out everything. You had that one ring that was like a neon. It glowed, and I thought that was so awesome. But we haven't seen each other in years. And then we ran into each other a couple weeks ago at the Rebel Nell
Yes.
event. So it was, I kept looking at you like, she looks so familiar. And then JoJo, of course, is the one who's like, I think you worked with her before. So again, thank you for being here. Birmingham Jewelry, that is your store in Sterling Heights. And that is family owned. And it's been going for over 50 years.
Yes.
Started by your dad, Gregory.
Yep, in 1975.
Okay, so have you always been involved in the store?
Well, I was born into the business.
Oh, yeah,
So that
sure,
was
right.
really
Not
fun.
bad to be born into diamonds,
Right, right. So yeah, I was born into the business, and I grew up, coming to the store all the time. After school, we were always at work.
Okay.
And it was so much fun. We'd run around, play with diamonds.
It's a big store.
Yeah. And, growing up, I kind of like ventured off into a different path to see what I would be interested in. And it brought me back home. I was like, I can't, I'm a diamonds girl.
Right?
Glitz and glam, that's all I want.
Exactly, right? Don't we all? Glitz and glam, I love that. So, okay, so something recently happened at the end of last year. You actually became the official owner, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so how has that transition been for you?
It's been fun, rewarding, emotional.
Sure.
Yeah, my father really put his heart and soul into this business, and he started it in 1975 in downtown Birmingham, and grew it so big that we ended up needing more space. We ventured out of Birmingham a little bit into Sterling Heights, and it's just, seeing his customers come in and give him hugs and
So awesome.
tell him, we're going to miss you, but we're so glad we're in good hands. We know,
Because they all know you too.
Oh, yeah.
As from a little girl,
Yes.
right? So, okay, so you have 3 daughters.
I do.
Okay, so 3 daughters. So do they come to the store?
Yes, they do.
So it may just be the same thing, right?
Yes, it sure may, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So your mom is part of the business too?
Yes, she is.
And so how is it really working with family? Tell me.
Well, working with family, I'm sure anyone can imagine, has perks, pros and cons.
Right.
It's a struggle sometimes, but at the end of the day, it like makes us stronger as a family, and it makes our business stronger as well. We really, because we are family and this is our business, it's our baby, we come together and we're like, okay, what's best for us? What is best for this business? And that's why it allows us to flourish, because we have the same best interest.
Not just clocking in and
Exactly.
clocking out, right? And like walking away.
It's 24 hours.
Yeah, 20
We can even have meetings at 1 a.m. Yes, yes.
over breakfast, I hope, something, right? So what is your, let's start with this. Okay, what is the most popular, when I think diamonds and jewelry stores, of course, everyone goes to engagement rings, right? We'll talk about what I found on your website in a minute, but the whole idea, trends and everything, what is the trend for 2026?
For
Engagement rings.
for engagement rings, the center diamond, radiant cut is in the lead right now.
Okay.
It's so beautiful, and it really holds up to its name. It's radiant. And so is oval. Oval cuts are really popular still, and they're just so beautiful, with the right cut. Yes, this one's an oval cut.
So excited she actually brought a diamond. This is literally a gumball machine ring. I kid you not.
Well, here's a nice upgrade for you.
Thank you, darling. I'll put it on my engagement ring or yeah, finger. Oh my gosh, that is so, okay, so tell me about this thing.
So this is a 6 carat oval. It's gorgeous. It's just, it's such a beautiful cut that you could see it sparkling from all angles. And the setting is a very popular setting right now, with kind of like floret looking diamonds going
on the
down.
side, right?
Yep,
Okay.
Yep, marquee.
And then this band is,
It's yellow gold.
okay.
hmm
And you said something interesting about cuts because most people think about the clarity of the diamonds and stuff, but we're talking about the sparkle of this ring, and the cut has a big deal to do with that.
Yes, cut is the most important C when shopping for a diamond.
Really?
If the cut is not near perfect, you will not have a sparkling diamond. That's really a deal breaker for me.
bummer.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so how many cuts are there?
The grading is like good, very good, excellent, ideal. These are like the cut grades.
Okay.
So, it needs to be near perfect for it to be.
I'd say this one's near perfect,
Oh, yes,
right? I think this one is perfect. Can I leave it on for just a minute?
Of course you can.
Thank you. Okay, so listen, so I had to write this one down because I was on your website and I'm divorced and not in the market, obviously. But I was rethinking that, looking at your website. I was like, I might just need to get married again to get a ring.
You never know.
I know, right? So you have the Viraggio Parisian,
Yes.
145R or 143B.
Ooh, those are
my taste.
beautiful, beautiful rings. I remember the 145R. It's round, brilliant. It's so gorgeous. Going down the sides, it's kind of has like a same taste. It has like marquee shape design going down the sides, but with round stones in it, kind of like little eyelets. It's so beautiful. And then the Viraggios looking at from the side are just unbelievably gorgeous.
And there was a little bit of gold on it, too.
Yes,
So that,
two-tone.
yeah, it was two-tone, and I think that's beautiful. I never liked that before. Now I like it.
Yeah, there you go.
So, okay, so I had another question for you. Okay, so when women accessorize, what is one piece of jewelry that you think every woman should wear every day?
Earrings.
Okay, you know what? I just read something to where people are saying, oh, you know what? It's a new trend, no earrings.
Oh,
But
well,
I have
that'll
short
die
hair,
fast.
right? I have short hair, and I thought, you know what? I can't like not wear earrings. Okay, so explain about.
So earrings just accessorize everything. You could be in pajamas and wear earrings and just, it like, gets everyone to look at your face.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's a statement in my opinion.
Okay, so short hair, you can tell me the truth. Earrings, should they be big, little, what? Tell me.
Short hair, you need bold earrings.
Okay, I almost wore my red ones. I changed my mind.
You could wear, long earrings would look nicer with longer hair. So like bold, like big, like gold, just things maybe going up your ear. Oh, just beautiful styles to choose from.
And then what is the biggest question people ask you guys in the store?
The biggest question. Where are your engagement rings?
And okay, so let me ask you this. So when people come in and say, is it usually a man by himself or is it a couple or?
So this is how I've seen it over time. Initially, they come in together as a couple.
Okay.
And when, they browse around, kind of get a feel for what she likes. And then, he comes by himself and he's like, okay, I'm ready. And we write down everything. We write down everything that she likes, finger size, we get all the details.
So while they're there as a couple.
Yes.
Okay, so he doesn't have to like.
First choice, second choice, diamond shape, like interests, specific numbers. So we have it all and we make it so easy. When he comes back, it's just like, that's the one. Here you go, wrapped up.
Wrap it up, man.
Give me your card.
Exactly. Do you ever, do women just come in there to try on rings?
Oh, yes.
Like not even dating?
Yes. It's funny, we're a destination location. Like you actually have to be driving to us. But there are people who are like, I was just in the area. I have some time to kill. I'm like, why not go to a jewelry store and try on some diamonds? Yeah. So, and it's fun. I like doing that because, then we create wish lists for them too. And whenever.
Manifest, right? It's like,
exactly.
Okay, so what about this? What about somebody who's going through a transition in life? I know that's a big thing.
Oh, yeah. We are here for all kinds of memories. And it's so nice to be able to be part of their journey in anything that they're going through in life. You know, there are women who, let's say they're going through a hard time even, and they're like, I need to get myself something to mark my, you know, my strength,
Comeback, right?
comeback. And so, and that's what we're here for, you know. And, you know, there's communions, baptisms, there's happy occasions, even sad occasions. We have people who come in, you know, a loved one has passed, and we make beautiful pendants with an image of the loved one, with an engraving on the back. We mark memories of all sorts, and it's really rewarding.
Could somebody bring in a piece of jewelry that was somebody else's and have it remade into
Yes.
something different?
Yes, heirloom jewelry, we
Yeah.
definitely do that as well.
Okay.
We remake and rebuild, and even, you know, let's say it's a ring and you don't want to wear it as a ring, but you love the stone and you want it as a memory, we'll create a pendant for you if that's what you want. And yeah.
Wow, that's okay. So I don't want to, ignore men in this.
Yes.
So what is the latest trend with men and rings and jewelry? And I don't.
So men, I've seen a huge comeback in getting actual gold rings.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of tungsten and silicone in the past, and now they're like, you know what, I want something too. Like, I deserve it. This is a
Right.
nice investment for me too, and I want to look nice when I'm dressing up. I'd like a nice ring. You know, some like slight design, maybe some hammering on the outside or a brushed finish, and bracelets. Bracelets are always a nice thing for men too. Chains have been coming in. Yes,
Watches are always kind of a sexy thing. Right?
yes, of course, of course.
So you guys have watches?
We don't actually. We don't focus on watches. We're more on fine jewelry. But yes, watches are always sexy.
You heard it here first. Watches are always sexy.
Yes.
So what is one thing as a woman in business that you wish you knew years ago?
One thing, that struggles are just hurdles and just bring you closer to the top. I mean, closer to your goal. And I think that if I knew when I was younger that no doesn't mean no, it's not the end, it would have given me more confidence to step up faster and climb up faster. But now that we're here, I know that that's something, a lesson learned that I can pass on to my children.
Do you think your girls will go into the business?
You know, they love the jewelry. You know, even my baby, I have an 8-month-old, and she just loves playing with any type of jewelry I wear. She's like pulling at it, looking at it, and you're like,
Oh, so here we go.
they're in awe. Yeah, from oldest to youngest. I have a 5-year-old. She's just obsessed with jewelry. My 3-year-old, yeah.
Oh, see, so you've got, the business will keep going and going with Sam. Like,
Yeah, you never know.
so how are your parents?
My parents are great.
good.
They love to travel, and I'm so happy that, you know, they get to do that now more often than before.
Does your dad call you and like, hey, what's going on? How's it going?
He does. You know, at the end of the day, it's his baby, but he definitely trusts me. So, you know, he's taught me a lot. And he does call and say, like, how is everything? Do you need anything? And, you know, we're together every day. So even a phone call is not even necessary. We're together in the morning. They're at my house all the time, from morning to night, you know? It's like, I tell them, like, you know, sell your house, just come live in with me. It'll be more helpful for both of us. They're always traveling anyways, you know?
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. That is so awesome to have a family business like that.
Yeah.
And to see it going and the legacy you guys have built. You know, I mean, 1975.
Yes, that's right.
Right? And so what do you want your legacy to be in this business?
Well, I definitely never want my father Gregory's legacy to die. So I want his name and his work to continue through me and through my voice, and kind of like a daddy-daughter duo, you know, like just continue this and keep it strong. And I want everyone in the community to know that we're here for them. And jewelry is not just a luxury, but we are like a family, and we're here for all of the moments, good and bad. And, you know, just want our name to just stay in, you know, in Michigan and throughout. We have a website.
Yeah, your website's beautiful.
Thank you. So we do have like nationwide customers as well.
Okay.
And I think I would like my story to be heard nationwide more than just locally, because I feel like, you know, locally, everyone already knows who we are, what we do.
And, you know, I mean, and no slight to the chains, right? You know, because if you go to the mall or whatever and you see it and, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
But to walk into Birmingham Jewelry, you know,
It's a different
it's a
experience.
different experience. You know, you can just, I mean, you almost walk in and you feel the love.
Yes.
Right. And I think that's what you guys have always strived for.
Yes, exactly.
And you got the beautiful ring. 6 carats, baby.
Yes, exactly.
I love it. Okay, it seems like I had one more question for you. We talked about earrings. What is one piece of jewelry that you think kids can handle in a what age?
So my kids all wear earrings. And that I think, if you do it early on, I know there's a lot of controversy with that, but me personally, growing up with my ears pierced at a young age and in the jewelry industry, I figured, earrings are good to do early on so that they're not as conscious of them later to pull on them. And bracelets are so cute on kids. I'd put ankle bracelets on my kids, and it just really, I just started removing them when they went to school just for safety and things like that. But it's really cute. They have necklaces. But I feel like
they enjoy it.
Exactly.
And they should feel good too.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think necklaces more a little as they get a little older, maybe 3, it's safer, choking hazards, stuff like that. But bracelets and things like that, they can wear all the time. Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of bracelets, that brings charms to mind. And, cups we love, something we do here. I always ask people to bring a favorite coffee cup and to tell me the story behind it. And you are the first person I've had who's actually made a coffee cup to bring, which is hilarious. So thank you. So, okay, so go ahead and tell us about this cup.
Okay, so when I got the message about bringing my favorite coffee cup, I was like, wow, I'm pretty boring at home. I like everything monochrome and in order and matching. So I was like, I need to do something, but I wanted to keep it me.
Right.
So still kind of monotone, right? Initially. And so I was like, oh, things that I really, are important to me, my business and my children.
They're so cute.
So here they are,
Right.
my 3 girls, Lumina, Kalina, and Vanina. And so when I got this made and I brought it home, my daughter's like, I think we need to charm it up, mommy. So we've been charming everything at home, picture frames, and
everything.
purses, everything has charms on it. And so I'm like, you know what, that's a good idea because we're in our charm era.
Yes, for sure.
Why not?
Why not?
So we put up a bunch of charms. We love candy, we love hearts and ice cream, and it's just,
It's so
it's
cute.
us, it's so us.
And you said that one is their dad, right? With the bow tie.
Oh yes, this is Daddy, Mr. Bunny with the bow tie. Yep.
So it is funny. We were before we came on. One charm, because of the heat of the coffee, fell off.
That was my baby's charm.
Or no,
My little baby bunny.
all right, we won't tell her, right? But no, it's just so beautiful. Thank you so much for taking the time to do that. But I mean, how, it is funny because obviously coffee tastes best in a glass mug, like just pure glass, but it is boring. But this one is like the best of all your life, right?
It's literally like me.
It is.
Glitz, glam,
Glitz,
but
glam.
simplicity at the same time. My business, my children, my life.
Right. I love it. Thank you so much. I guess I need to give you this ring back before you walk off. But it is so beautiful. And you guys are actually closed on Mondays.
Yes.
Are you?
Sundays and Mondays were closed.
Oh, you are? Okay. All right. And the website is beautiful.
Thank you so
And you can check it out. You can even order stuff on there.
Yes.
I tried. Never mind.
And you can text us anytime. Anything you need, we have our phone number on our website, on our business cards. You can text us. I like to be like the jewelry doctor if you have any questions.
Oh, you know what?
Even
And
a
you have
crisis.
I don't know if we have it.
Yes, we
Do you
do.
have it, the jewelry cleaner?
Yes, we
This is
do.
important. Oh, there it is.
Here it is.
There it is.
This is so important to have in your purse.
Yeah.
Because women are busy. We're moms. We're busy. We're running around. If you have this, you're always sparkling.
So-
and that's for you.
Oh, thank you, darling. So, I mean, it's as simple as just,
Click, click.
really, not a teeth whitener.
No. You just, click.
click
It's
it.
going to take a few minutes the
Right,
first time. You scrub in the crevices and everything, and then rinse.
Okay.
You don't even need to take it off your finger. You could just do it under the sink.
How often should people clean their jewelry?
Whenever it needs it. You just look at it, mine should probably be cleaned right now. Can you take a look at the difference?
Oh, yeah.
It's the lotion that I put on my way here. So yeah, I put on hand lotion and it just probably got all over it. So,
So
yep.
actually,
As
you
often
can
as
clean
you
it
need.
as often as you need to. Is there anything that should not be cleaned with this? She's like, yeah, non-costume jewelry.
Yes, costume jewelry should not be cleaned with that. Yeah, it's just fine jewelry.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
of course.
This is awesome. And of course, this is found on in the store.
Yes, in the store and online.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Marina. Okay, well, we are going to be talking baseball and galas coming up in just a minute with our good friend JoJo Dries, of course. You know her, I know her, we all know her. But first, we do want to take a moment to thank our sponsors and, of course, the Nerve and Disc Institute, Dr. Sel Kogan. He is fantastic. I've talked to he has had thousands of patients. I've talked to quite a few of them. So whether you're dealing with spinal stenosis, a herniated disc, a bulging disc, even knee problems or neuropathy, he can help you. And the biggest thing here is that, no downtime. I've talked to many of his patients who are talking about having almost had to have surgery. And they kind of saw Dr. Kogan as a last resort, and they're so grateful they did because the downtime, the medication, all of that, if you can skip it, you want to. And I had the chance to talk to Kim. Let's watch.
I'm Kim Owens, and I'm from Clarkston, Michigan. I had a back surgery, a laminectomy. I have spinal stenosis in my neck and lower back. Even after that, I was in constant pain. The doctor told me that, and I specifically asked this because I'm very active, he told me that I could do everything that I used to do, no problem. And I soon found out that as soon as I started trying to do those things, I would get severe pain. And it just gradually continued to get worse to the point where it didn't require any sort of physical activity, and I was just in constant pain. So I had gone to another surgeon that I was recommended to, and he had told me that I needed a full fusion and that it would take at least 4 months for that to heal with a skin graft and all sorts of metal before I could even start physical therapy. And that was not appealing to me whatsoever. Plus, anyone that I know that has had a fusion has had just very bad luck with it. I've even had other doctors tell me do not have a fusion. So I was at my wit's end. My husband and I were in the car and we heard Dr. Kogan's commercial. And he said, I'd like you to try that. And I was concerned sitting in the meeting because he said he only took patients that he thought he could help. And I thought, what if he doesn't help me? So gratefully enough, Cliff and I both came here for treatment. So I've been treated from my back, from my neck, and from my knees, my knee pain. I had some pain prior to from a ski accident, but I could live with that. But with my back, it just proceeded to get continually worse. So I started doing all 3 treatments. What I appreciated most is that I could do them all in one appointment. I didn't have to come several different times or days. I can honestly say that I feel so much better. I'm golfing, I'm skiing. I can now go out and dance again, where I couldn't do any of those things that I loved. And so I feel totally blessed. The interdysnutrosis treatment, which is what this is very gentle. Most days when I come in here, I actually take a nap when I'm doing my back and my neck. It's not like my knees are I'm sitting up, but they're all very gentle. They target the specific areas where you're having issues, and it really does help regenerate your discs. The Knee Restore RX is a great treatment as well. You're actually sitting up for this with your leg extended. They do the treatment with laser as well as a machine that helps gradually stretch that area again to allow the nutrients in your own system to rehabilitate those areas that are sore. I walk out of here feeling no pain or very minimal if, it might be my first treatment, but it's amazing. The other piece I like about it is if you do have a hiccup along the way, maybe you've overextended yourself or what have you, and you do have pain, they do have a program where you can come back in and just get 1, maybe 2, 3 treatments, whatever you need. Dr. Kogan, I think, is amazing. He's very patient. He's a good listener. You meet with him throughout your treatment so that he can check in with you and find out what your progress is, and will adjust your treatment accordingly. The staff, I can't say enough good about the staff. My husband and I both have busy schedules like most people that come here. We have changes that we have to make to our appointments. They are always accommodating. I never feel like I'm inconveniencing them. When you do come on your appointments, they're very happy to see you. They're very knowledgeable about setting up the equipment and making sure that you are taken care of and everything's comfortable for you. And Any questions you have, they are happy to help and answer them. I felt like my whole life changed because I've always been very active. Then I was limited to what I could actually do. And it was, in a sense, depressing for me. I didn't feel like I could do the things that I love to do. And then on top of it, I'm not getting the exercise and getting that energy out of me that I need to. And it was just frustrating. And I did not want to have to live my life that way. So this to me was truly a saving grace. I am extremely grateful. I feel like I am so much better off now after having come here than I would have been otherwise.
And of course, the Nerve and Disc Institute, 3 locations, Clinton Township, Farmington, also Grand Blanc. So get relief and avoid spine surgery at all costs if possible. And you can find more information and book your free consultation at nervediscinstitute.com. And if you mention Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, you will get 50% off your treatment plan. So not a bad deal there. And as always, thank you to Dr. Kogan for sponsoring Caffeinated. Well, I am with somebody who's very familiar, of course, JoJo Dries, the founder of On the Wings of Angels. In full transparency, of course, I always say this, I am a board member, and this is my way of giving back.
We love you.
Because we don't have, sometimes I'm just short on time. So it's like, hey, you know what? Come on, on Caffeinated. I think you've been at every location, every studio, right? Every studio that we've been in, and some exciting things going on in April for On the Wings of Angels. And one of them, a big deal, coming up in just a few days, the Tigers home opener. And before we talk gala, we're going to talk baseball. So tell me what's happening. It's so exciting.
Well, first of all, I love being here. I love being here with you. Caffeinated I've been a big fan of Caffeinated for a long, long time. You know that since you started. And you know, you started with this idea to do this thing, and now look at you.
Thank you.
You know, you're past 100 episodes. What are we now? What is this episode?
I've lost count, actually. I always ask Matt. I'm like, what episode is this? Is this like 113, 110? I don't know.
But we are your biggest fans, really always grateful to be on here with you. You've done an awesome job. And similar to you, what started as an idea, On the Wings of Angels, has now grown in 3 years to like this super extra amazing local nonprofit. And so we're a thriving nonprofit in Metro Detroit. We help domestic violence survivors. And I got a call from my friends, Bree and Craig, a couple of months ago. And they said, hey, JoJo, you know, us and Jody, we run the home opener festival on home opener day. And if anyone is listening from Metro Detroit, this is a holiday.
Yes, this is a holiday. Right? Nobody will be working on Friday. Nobody's working.
This year it happens to fall on Good Friday. And so a lot of people are off work anyways, right? Because it's Easter weekend. And so they said, you know, us and we want to add to value to On the Wings of Angels and support you in even more ways. So how about we do a fast pitch competition at the biggest festival in downtown. And we'll raise funds and we'll give it to On the Wings of Angels. And of course, I was super excited and said yes. And in 2 months, we've put together this awesome thing. Dana Schmidt, president of the USPBL, is running the whole game. So they have a fast pitch competition at their field. And so she's sending her staff, donating her staff, their time, the radar gun, and some other things.
Have you ever held one of those, the radar gun? Have you held one?
I have not. Have you?
No, it looks so heavy.
It does.
Right?
It does.
Yeah, let me know how that goes.
And I'd never done this before, so I thought, this is great, we'll call her. And just like everything else in the community, people really want to support On the Wings of Angels. So they said, yes, absolutely, we'll send staff. Denise Mansfield with Mansfield Insurance, who we met on before, she said, yes, we'll sponsor the fast pitch build. They're donating the space to actually host it. So it's going to be we have Corinne from Gem Designs. She's going to do like this amazing signage for
her signs are amazing.
Amazing. So we've got a lot of community, we have volunteers that are coming to help us. So if you're listening and you want to volunteer, come on down to Detroit on Friday and help us out. But the money raised goes directly into the hands of domestic violence survivors as they are in the moment of like decision of whether I'm leaving or whether I'm not. And once they've made that decision, they call us and we give them a hand and we help them escape.
And that's, I think that's the difference with On the Wings, right? Because sometimes, and we know this in different organizations, sometimes it has to be that way.
It has.
A lot of red tape, a lot of paperwork to fill out, and a lot of steps.
Yes.
But with On the Wings,
Yeah.
It's
We-
much simpler.
It is. We make it very simple. We do vet people, a lot of times. So it takes an average of 9 times for a survivor to attempt to leave a situation before they've actually left. Now, we know the statistics just went up. 1 in every 3 women, 1 in every 5 men have experienced some form of domestic violence in their life. And so where we're at is we're the gap when you're saying, okay, I'm done. I'm ready to leave.
And you're taking that deep breath and walking
Yep.
out the door, right?
Yep, and they're walking out the door. And we ask people, you've just told us your whole story. If he comes to you tomorrow and says, I've changed, I've turned a new leaf, I'm going to be better for you, will you take him back? And if the survivor says yes, well, then we're a conduit to a different nonprofit to help them in that stage.
Right.
But if a survivor says, no, I'm done, I'm leaving, this was my last straw, then we're able to set you up with clothing and house and, housing. We help pay for apartments and rental cars and food and things for your children. And so we're that immediate, tangible needs. We serve you with that. And then we help you go to your next chapter, whether that's a job or a house or whatever that looks like for you.
So one thing, I think it's important because sometimes survivors will leave,
Yeah.
and you said one day, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes further down the road, somehow it's hard to get out of that,
It is.
right? It's so hard. So people need to understand that sometimes the pull is so strong
Yes.
that women do go back.
This is what we try to educate the community on. And if you are on social media and you're listening, follow our social media because we give a lot of tips about what this looks like for a survivor and seeing it from the eyes of the survivor instead of seeing it from your eyes of, why didn't you just leave?
Just leave.
It's
Get in
not
the car and go.
get in the car and go. It's been proven through science and through therapy that your brain chemistry and the way the brain works and the way the heart works completely changes when you're in domestic violence. So your brain has to be rewired when you get out. This is something that they teach you when you're doing what we do, and it's something we try to educate the public on. This is not as simple as, why don't you just leave?
Right.
Our brain thinks differently when we've been under that abuse. We think we're worthless, right? We think the abuser tells us, you're worthless. You're never going to succeed without me.
Right.
You have no value to add to the world. No one's going to.
Without me, you're not going to survive.
Without me, you're not
right?
going to survive. Worse yet, no one's going to believe you. You can go tell, the public that this happened, but no one's going to believe you because a lot of times these abusers or narcissists are so charming that people would never believe that they're actually being violent at home.
Right. And they're like, oh, that's just not possible.
Yeah.
Right.
He would never
He would
do
never do that.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of times the abuse, we also try to educate the public, is not just physical or sexual. A lot of times it's psychological, it's mental, it's emotional. And that is very hard to rewire your brain that I am worthy, I am strong, I am brave.
That might be even
Worse.
right?
We talk about that.
Yeah. I hesitated to say that for a minute, but I think that the emotional part of it is worse because that's what replays in your head.
Yes.
And so as you're constantly trying to make a step forward, you
Yes.
hear something and then you go 2 steps back.
I'm really glad you said that, Brooke, because an analogy that I like to give the public is this. Imagine you were bruised, okay? And so my dad and I roll my sleeves up because I'm so proud I can expose my arms. When you're abused and you wear those long sleeves to cover the bruises. So my dad used to bruise us a lot by either shaking us or beating us or, smacking us or, with the neck. So when you see a bruise on somebody and it heals, okay, or you see it on yourself, you can physically watch it healing.
Yes.
If it's emotional or psychological abuse, there's no physical representation of that. And so you can't always watch yourself heal. And so sometimes that healing process takes a lot of therapy sessions or mental health awareness sessions or sessions with your friends and family to bring you back to life. So that's an analogy to show, hey, sometimes emotional and psychological abuse or mental abuse looks a lot worse than the physical abuse.
So for anyone who suspects that a friend or a family member may be going through abuse or a domestic violence situation and they're on the fence about asking, or what do you tell them?
So that's also a great question. And also the levels of abuse we talk about a lot. And so if you see your friend and you're like, oh, we're going to shrug it off because he's just making fun. He's just being cute. He's just teasing her. we have a friend in our circles that's happened to, and now that abuse has escalated. And it's what we talk about all the time is abuse doesn't de-escalate, it always escalates to a worse position. So these stories we're hearing in the media about the murders or things that are happening in our neighborhoods almost every day now with the violence, that started as somebody just teasing or just putting their partner down or just making fun of them. And the other thing is there's really no levels in the sense of it's all bad. Like abuse is abuse is abuse.
Right,
and I
for
think
sure.
the public
Can't
needs
candy coat it.
you can't candy coat it. As far as what we tell people, if you see something, say something. So there's a few terms that abuse victims don't want to hear. Okay. And then there's a few terms that will resonate with them. So when we talk to survivors, we ask things like, how safe do you feel at home? Do you have a safe space? Do you ever feel like you can shut down and actually just be yourself and be open? Do you have friends that you can be open with? So if we see an abuser attacking a survivor and you're at a friend's house or you're in your neighborhood and somebody's yelling at their partner outside, think to yourself if that's what's happening in public or if that's what you're seeing in public, what's happening behind closed doors. So we ask things like, how safe do you feel? We use the word safe a lot because survivors never feel safe. They don't feel safe in their own head. They don't feel safe in their own home or in their own community.
So that's the word that will resonate.
Yeah, safety is something that if they know that you're a safe space, or hey, if you ever want to, just have a coffee or something like that. And then when you're in that conversation, again, the no-nos are don't say things like, why don't you just leave? Why didn't you just leave him if that's how he's treating you? Then they know you're not a safe space. And if you're listening and you need more verbiage, we have a lot of PDFs that we send people. They're like mini books.
Oh, nice.
Of like conversations, examples.
Right, conversation starters and okay.
Yes.
All right, and that's super important, right? Because people sometimes, rather than take a chance on being wrong about somebody, they don't say anything.
They don't, and we've also been taught in this country, and especially since the pandemic, that we're silos. Like, okay, we just got to be in our little silo, our little, a group here, our little bubble. And instead, my latest thing lately is no one's coming to save us. We're here to save each other. And no one's coming to save us.
Tag me out, man.
So let's be there for our communities. We need each other now more than ever. And to us, it's not let's look the other way or it must not be that bad or they'd seek help if they
needed it.
Because they don't know that there's help out there. I mean, my story is a perfect proof of that. We had our cultural community, we had our religious community, we had all the communities around. But I didn't think if I left, anyone would believe me. I was 29 years old and under domestic violence for over 20 years before I finally left. So we need to just tell people we're a safe space and we're here for them truly and that we're willing to take them in or point them to a nonprofit like On the Wings to help them.
Okay, so we've got the baseball, we've got resources. We've also got a gala coming up.
We do
love our galas.
We love our galas.
And we know someone who can give us diamonds to wear to the galas.
So we always say we put the fun in fundraiser. So our gala is not your typical fundraising gala. It's super fun. We'll be dancing. There's some great speakers. And our theme this year has been, how do we get more men involved in the conversation? Because to us, we're always hearing from empowered women and brave women and courageous women. What about the men? How can they be involved? And how can they contribute to a solution versus being a part of the problem? So our keynote is a really incredible human being, Brian Rucker. He's going to be talking to us about, domestic violence and what it looks like, what equality looks like, what equity looks like. We've got Mikkel Clark, who's flying in from the East Coast, wildly popular human being who's really spoken to the mental health aspect of domestic violence. My own husband, Paul Dries, will be speaking.
And that was probably one of the most powerful interviews I've ever done throughout my career, was when you and Paul were on together and actually talking to him, because one thing people don't understand is if you are living with a survivor or married to a survivor, there's other things that happen and other issues.
And I think that's why we needed him to be on the platform at this fundraising gala, is because we need to show people, like, if you're living with a survivor in your life, what does it look like when they're triggered? What does it look like, even now, 14, 15 years later that we've been together, how does he process through the emotions and how does he help heal me versus being another abuser, another part of the problem?
Or being annoyed.
Or being annoyed.
Right? I mean, because I
Yes.
know.
Or
through-
saying you're not worth it.
Right. And that whole fear on your end of I'm going to get rejected again.
Yes.
Right. So
Yes.
it's like trigger, 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 trigger,
And abandonment.
and abandonment.
Abandonment is a huge one for survivors because we've done everything, and I'm not going to cry, but we've done everything we can to claw ourselves out of a painful situation. And so if we've clawed ourselves out, the people that we trust with our heart or our soul or our time or our emotions have to be safe people. And so if we put our trust in you and then you abandon us, that's re-abuse and re-triggering. And it's why a lot of survivors keep their circles super small and super tiny. And as a partner to somebody who survived such tragic abuse, what does that look like to help them heal and remind them of their worth? And, I often say, like, I couldn't be who I am today without Paul. And I honestly, and I'll say this publicly and on a podcast, I hate when women say that because we are our own, like, power and we're brave and we're courageous. But I firmly believe that without somebody like Paul, who was super healing, and it didn't have to be a man, like it could have been anyone.
Could have been anyone.
But he is the embodiment of what it looks like to help a survivor heal. And he says the same thing about me, like, because of my strength and my bravery and my courage, how I've made him a stronger human being.
Right.
So what does that look like to really be that partner that adds value to somebody? So that's what he'll be speaking on at the gala. And then we have DJ Nicole Mint, who's coming to do, and DJ Mint is like, she's like the Detroit Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, Lions. She's their house DJ, and she's incredible. Just a really great event. You'll be there, so
be
come
there.
see Brooke.
I don't even have to come late.
No, like you, last time you were.
I was like, oh no. So tickets are still available.
Tickets are still available. Sponsored tables are still available.
April 25th.
April 25th at the Royal Park Hotel. We have discounted room rates. So if you're coming, it's an open bar. It's a plated meal, open bar. We have a silent auction. This year we have a live auctioneer.
Oh, you do? Somebody was asking me about that. I'm like, no, there's no live auctioneer.
This year we do. He's donating his services, and you don't actually have to pay for these things. There's a couple of companies across the country. And this guy, his name is Gary Cannon. If you look him up, he's actually a comedian. He opens for the Jennifer Hutchins show.
Yeah.
And he's a pretty epic human being. And I saw him, and he's really good at what he does. So there will be a live auctioneer with great live auction items. We have a whole silent auction. If you're a business listening and you want to donate to the silent auction, please contact Brooke or myself. And then there's just it's going to be fun. We're just going to have a good time raising funds to give back to the community. There's going to be almost 300, if not more than 300 people there. So you get to network with some incredible community members.
See, and that's important too, right? Because then you get to know other people and know what you can each bring to the table.
And I do the table seating, so it's
do?
like a wedding. So
Right.
it's like, I'm like, all right, this person will go great with this person and they'll network great. So yeah.
Who are you sitting me with?
Oh, I don't know. You might have to be at the head table, my friend.
Okay, so website where people can get tickets.
On thewingsofangels.org.
Okay, it's
On
so
the
funny.
wings
My
of
mom,
angels.
because she's in Florida, she's texting me like,
Yeah.
you haven't sent me the link yet. You haven't sent me the link yet. I'm like, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it.
So it's on thewingsofangels.org. If you go to our events page, it will redirect you to the actual event page.
Okay.
But the easiest thing is on thewingsofangels.org.
Okay,
And I can't wait to see your mom there. I love your mom.
I know, she's so fantastic, right? No, it'll be good for her to get out. So I'm excited for that. And okay, so Marina did it earlier. You're going to do it now, the Cups We Love segment.
Yes.
Because we all know that we have that favorite coffee cup. Or like me, I have many favorite coffee cups. So I alternate them depending on my mood.
I love that.
Okay, tell me about your beautiful cup that you brought.
So this beautiful cup was made overseas. I'm from the Middle East, so it was made in the Middle East, and it was designed by them, and I wanted to support that. I was at an event, and there was a whole booth of this, and I was like, okay, we're going to buy one of these and support those folks in the Middle East that are struggling and all of that. So
And
that's what this is all
it's
about.
beautiful. And you said there's an orchard too somewhere, right?
Yes, so they own the place that makes this. So something that a lot of people don't know about my culture is we're very creative people. We create, we design with our hands. And the country over there, you know, which we hear is very war torn and everything, but it's a beautiful, beautiful land. The land is beautiful. Their families own orchards, like just beautiful orchards. So the people that made this actually own their own orchard. And then one of their kids is a designer of like, you know, silverware and plates and things like that. And so they designed this mug, and then they shipped it overseas over here, and then they had a booth over here, and I bought
And
it.
now it's in your hands.
Yes, and now it's here.
Now it's here.
So cheers
And
to
now
some
it's
great
yours.
coffee,
Yes, cheers
my
to some
friend.
great coffee. And you know, your boys, real quick, they're not here. They have come before, but they were on Fox 2 recently.
They were
with their Lego. And so what's the website to support them? Because they are amazing.
All right, so Polly and Lucas found on the Lego Ideas website that you can submit a Lego design, and people can vote on this Lego design. And if they get enough votes, the Lego company will actually consider making that Lego.
How cool is that?
So Lucas decided the Scrooge Lego, Scrooge's house, would be an amazing idea for that. And so he went ahead and did that. They created it together. They built it together. And they had submitted other designs. That was the one design that they won the competition for. And now you can go to Lego Ideas and vote for the Scrooge house. I think it's called the Scrooge's house.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. So we've got that. And then baseball, of course, this Friday.
This Friday,
and how
come
do
to
people,
downtown Detroit.
do you have to register, pre-register? What's the deal?
So the Detroit Home Opener Festival has its own website, but our area will be right behind it. So come to the Home Opener Festival, get your food and drinks, and then come throw some baseballs. See how fast I'm like, no, come throw some baseballs. Come on, I got this. And see how fast your pitch is. But either way, throw some baseballs. Even if you don't win, you're supporting a great cause.
Right. And then the winners announced 5:30?
Yes, the winners are not, so doors open at 9 a.m.
Okay.
That'll be when the first pitch gets thrown. 5 o'clock is the last pitch. We'll announce winners at 5:30. We have top 3 prizes for women, top 3 prizes for men. Some really, really great prizes, including Tigers tickets.
Oh, well,
So
who can beat that, right?
Right?
Who can beat that? Awesome. So these are for your boys. There's one. Here's one more. Okay, so there's that. And
for my little guys.
yes, for your little guys.
Oh my God, they're gonna love these. I love
Auntie
it.
Brooke comes through again.
Auntie Brooke always comes through. We love you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we are going to wrap up, but real quick. So the Tigers home opener, you guys on the Wings of Angels will be there.
Yes.
Next Friday, April 10th, which is my dad's birthday. I am going to be at the Redford Theater interviewing Mary Badham. She is the original, she's who played Scout in To Kill a Mockingbird.
my God.
So I'm so excited. I'll get to sit down with her at the Redford and interview her. So I'm excited about that. This Wednesday, I'm kind of backtracking. I'm all out of order. But this Wednesday, I'll be at 1 Million Cups. That is happening. That is part of Oakland Thrive and in Cavuso in Ferndale. It really, for small businesses, nonprofits, entrepreneurs, it is a way to get connected, ask questions. It's just an amazing thing. I'm actually a little bit nervous. This is the first time on Wednesday I'll be emceeing.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's a lot going on. April's a big month for us, right?
You love it.
The hibernation is over, the thaw is upon us. Thank goodness, right?
Spring is here.
Spring is here. We have sprung, baby. We have sprung. All right. Well, listen, thank you so much. And I will see you soon, as always. See you soon. And thank you all. It's good to be back. And we will see you next week. In the meantime, keep the coffee hot or maybe iced, depending on our temperature. See ya. Bye. Thanks. And yes, cheers.